Hello, everyone. Welcome each and everyone to my live stream. Yes, this is your girl Nora. Yes, guys, we are back once again. We are back. Welcome to my live stream. Hello, each and everyone. Good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are. This is your girl Nora. Yes, I'm back. Oh, guys, you don't know how excited I am to be back. Mhm. I'm done with my work. I'm done cooking and cleaning and doing everything that I have to do. Now I'm in my room, right here where I'm sitting. It's where my fan is so that I can have more fresh air. Hello, you're most welcome. So, in today's topic, it's would you tell your mom that your stepdad is sleeping with you? Would you? So, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Let's chat. Let's talk about it. You know, there are so many things that happens in our life, and we take it for granted. Ooh, ooh. Guys, continue coming, guys. We're here today talking about what I've just mentioned. Would you tell your mom or your dad what has been happening? Maybe it's your stepmom, maybe it's your stepdad. To be honest with you guys, let me tell you, there are some things that we take for granted and we think that by keeping quiet, we are doing the right thing. And sometimes you might tell your parents, maybe your mom, maybe you're living with your mom or your dad, and no one believes you. But it's our parents' job to always listen to their children. Because this thing happened to so many people and they cannot talk, they keep quiet. Just because they don't know how to say it. They don't know how to come out about it. How will I explain this thing to my mom? And also, men, if you know that you came into someone's life and you found that person with her children, please respect those children. Treat those children like yours. Hmm? You cannot be sleeping with the mother at the same time you're sleeping with a daughter. What do you want exactly in this life? Huh? Is that not bringing a terror into a family or trying to tear it apart? There's some parents, when they find, like, let me say, for example, mothers, when they have their lovers, they cannot believe in their children. Their daughters becomes like their co-wives. they don't believe into their kids. They'll just be like, mm-mm, you know. But it's a mother's duty to always listen to their kids. And if a man sees that, that's when they also start playing with your kids, because they know you cannot listen to them. They're telling you the truth, but you're giving them a deaf ear that you don't want to listen to, because you know what? Oh, you say no, my man cannot do that. I don't want to judge anyone, but you never know what's in a man's brain, or whatever, how they think. But to me, let me just say this. Okay, if you're a man and you're watching this video, please don't judge me. But what I'm saying is true. Respect. If you're courting a mother, don't again go and court a child too. You're eating two people. It's like hitting that two birds with one stone. Please hit one bird. Don't hit both. Respect them. You cannot, it's not even good. Okay, let me say, for example, if you've impregnated both of them, you've impregnated mother, you've impregnated her daughter. You see, you're just bringing more problem into their lives. So if you know that you cannot do it, please. If you know that you're that kind of man who does not respect, don't enter into someone's life and go ruin their children's life. So many children have gone through this. They don't know how to tell their parents. They don't know, what should I tell mom? What should I tell dad? Because you cannot judge only a man. There are some women who also behave like that. A woman goes into a man's house, maybe they are married, and this man has sons at home. And those sons, sometimes maybe they are good looking. And then as a woman, you get tempted. You fall again for the son. And you want both things. You cannot leave the dad, you cannot leave the son, which is different from daughters. But there are also some daughters who are also envy of their mothers. You find a daughter is envy of her mother because of the man. Guys, we only need prayers in this life. We need God to help us to overcome the fear, the anxiety, or the things that goes around us. Because as a child, it's so difficult to tell your mom. I know it's really hard. How can you tell, hello, Linda, how are you? It's really hard to tell your mom that I'm being sexual harassed by my stepdad. Some parents will not believe in you. She'll just say, you know what, I think maybe you're crazy. How can you say that? My man cannot do that. Such things, but yet it's true. They are going through so much pain. They don't know who to tell. They don't know who to turn to. We are in trouble world. My dear, it's true. Because this world, we don't know where it's going. You find the stepfather is hitting two birds with one stone, and some kids, they are like, I'm okay with it if my stepdad is having sex with me at the same time doing it with my mom. Me, I have no problem. To me, I have a problem with it, because that man is my stepdad. That man, maybe he might impregnate my mom and have a child, and that child will be my stepsister or my stepbrother. So we need to avoid such things. And mothers, be friends to your kids, be open to them. You should be the first best friend to your child's life. Don't ignore what goes around. If you are a single mother, most especially if you are a single mother, this most especially happens to single mothers and to single fathers, where you find your kids, they are getting interrupted with your partners, because you're giving them deaf ears. You're not listening to them. You're just there. There's a time, yes, it's really a big problem. There's a time in my country, this this lady, she shared her husband with her daughter. And the mother said, my daughter wasn't good enough in bed, so I decided to take the husband away. I decided to take her husband away. and give her husband everything that my daughter wasn't giving. And the daughter was also, me, I want my man. I cannot leave this man for my mom. He is my husband. They were not married. Like this thing of staying with your boyfriend, and then a guy maybe falls for your mom. And the guy was also, the guy said, me, I'm into both. I don't have any problem with staying with both mama and the daughter. I'm not judging anyone. I'm not, but I'm just saying let's look into this. But more especially for those who are fighting for it, but if it's more especially for those who are being, they don't want, but they are being forced into it. And this thing is really hurting them, and it's really destroying their life. You find a child running away from home just because of the stepdad. They cannot take it anymore because it's too much for them to handle. For that one, you can pity, because they are being put into something that they don't want. How can they tell their mom? You know that feeling, you don't know how to tell your mom. If you tell your mom, you don't know what will happen to her. Maybe if you tell your dad, you don't know what will happen to your dad. So those are the kind of questions that come into your mind. You want to be open to your parents about what's going on in your life, but you don't know. Maybe sometimes this person is threatening you and telling you, if you tell your mom, maybe I'll do something wrong to you. And you find these children running away from their homes. They leave home for their mom because they don't want to say anything. They have seen so much. They have gone through something that they don't want to go through it again. So parents, we should always listen to our children. Don't ignore and say, maybe if a child tells you something, listen to it. More especially mothers who are single, maybe father who are single. These things are happening into your house, in front of your nose, because your partners, they know that you're not listening to your kids, you're not giving them that attention that they need. But this thing is happening to them. And this also not only to the partners, like let me say maybe a stepdad, but there are also some uncles, these so-called uncles who come for a visit. Huh? You introduce your kids, this is my cousin. You're not even related to them, but you just know them. This is my cousin. This is my cousin. Me, my grandmother used to tell us, you know your uncles, right? If your mom tells you that this is your uncle, please tell your mom. And we are always open with. I know my mom, however much she's hard on us, but she knows that my kids, they can never accept anyone to call anyone a stranger that uncle, because we know you're not related to us. Our grandmother told us, you call someone whom you know that I am the one who gave birth to, and someone who is from our family. That's the only person you have to call your uncle. But strangers, people that you don't know, okay, respect them, call them Mister. But you're coming to my mother's house. You want me to call you uncle. At night, you're turning again your back to me. You want to eat me. How can I call you uncle? You want to have sex with me? Has any uncle, have you ever seen any uncle who does those kind of things with their niece? No. Yes, I know there are some uncles who do those kind of things with their nieces, but those are people that you should also avoid. Cut them out of your house. You know, if a man visits your house when you know you're a single mom, you have a daughter, kick them out. Let them go spend a night in a hotel. Save your children, my dear. Save your children. This thing is a heartbreak. It really breaks my heart, to tell you the truth, because you're giving someone a trauma that they can never forget. You see, we say white people, they are always so emotional. What? Yeah, they are so emotional. But we Africans, we also deal with our emotion. We also deal with psychological problems at our homes. Yes, my dear, we send them out of our lives. Send them out. Let them go spend the night in a hotel for our own security, for our own safety. You know, we say white people are always that's why even as Africans we are going through psychological, but because we don't listen, we don't pay attention to those things that hurts us the most. Have you ever seen someone getting married but they are still regretting and crying They are still in pain of what happened to them in their childhood. You know what? You find someone say, I blame my mother. My mother used to bring men in the house. My father used to bring women into our house. You find your children regretting. You find, please, guys, it's really hard. To tell you that, today I came up with this topic because I felt so bad for someone, and I know this thing has been happening. I myself is talking. That same thing has ever happened to me. I will not lie in this live stream, but that same thing has ever happened to me. It's so hard to explain. It's so hard to talk about. But every time you remember, you cannot stop to cry. It makes you to hate men. It makes you to hate, or let me say, it makes you fierce to be in a relationship because you think that every man thinks like that every woman thinks like that, because you never know who is the right person or who is the wrong person that you're bringing into your life. These things happen, and we shouldn't ignore it. It's so painful, but as a mother or as a father, always listen to your kids. Me, if I had someone to talk to, but so that's why I grew up. I've always wanted to be alone and in a quiet place. It's not that I want it. I would love to wake up in the morning and tell this maybe to my mom, but I don't know. I felt that pain. I was lost in that moment, and I started going like out, not going out like having fun, but going into a quiet places. One day when I'm home, I will take you guys to that place where I usually go. That place was so quiet for me, with the wind, the trees only blows around, and I'll find myself crying in the middle of the trees, and I'll find myself talking to myself, and I'll find myself hurting myself, like beating up myself. I'll get a cane and I'll start beating up myself, my entire body, and I'll start beating up myself, and I'm like, I don't want this thing happen. And I felt like there's a time when I'll go to my dad. My dad never paid so much attention to us, which was so painful too. I would feel like let me tell him what's going on in my life. But again, when you go there, he's just like, you know what, Nora, I don't have time for you. I'm so busy. You go back to your mom, you guys. So he would just push you away. You feel like, really, in this world, am I all alone, or am I my own? Am I parenting myself, or someone's there listening to me? So it was so hard for me. It was so hard for me to say this, and really, really hard and really painful. Something that you cannot say. Something that in your heart here, you and God, you're the one who knows what you're going through. I'm a mom now. But one thing that I always tell myself, in this world, I will not care even if I grow old alone. I'm not sorry to say that at this age, but I will not care. But as long as my child is safe, I will do what it takes. And I will be that open mind parent that if I have a partner in my life, let me be open to my partner and tell that partner that if you're into me, be into me. I want you to respect my kid. If you know you cannot respect my child, please treat her as your own blood. If you cannot, don't say that because I'm not the one who gave birth to, or maybe I'm not the father, I should also, hit us. I should also do the same thing with a child. I'm sleeping with a mother. I have to sleep with a child also at the same time. Yes, my dear Linda, it's true. My dad pushed us away so hard that, but I remember my late uncle was the one who would tell me, Nora, you have to learn to forgive. Forgive and let go to whoever has wronged you, to whoever has not been there for you. You know, you're growing up, and let this be a lesson to you in life. And I remember I was like, Uncle, I will. I will. And he will always tell me, I know you're just saying you will, but I'm being honest with you, Nora. Let go the pain. Whatever you're holding into your heart, just let it go. Let it go, because no one deserves no one deserves you. No one deserves your love, but just forgive them, because you know they are your parents, and let them be. Live your life, but forgive. If you hold it in your heart, it will only hurt you, and you never have that peace. You never have that peace in your life. Sometimes I tend to be happy in front of people, and someone will judge you without even knowing what you're going through. And they will just be like, hey guys, you're welcome. Keep on coming, guys. Keep on coming. Please give host a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. Thank you so much, Linda. And thank you so much, Nayama TV. Yes, I will. Let me even get a book. Last time, even Linda, but when Linda told me to visit her, actually, 2 days now when I'm not on the phone. But I'll visit you, Linda, and I'll visit both of you. I'll write your names so that I won't forget. Last time we were in a Rama, like Eid preparation, and yesterday the whole day I wasn't on my phone. So today I said, let me go live, but I'll visit you guys. I'll return the love and the support. So guys, it really hurts. Never judge someone if they don't tell you everything in their lives, because there are some stories that you cannot tell. There are some stories that will only bring pain into your life. There are some stories that will waken up the roots of the pain in your life, the anger. But me, it doesn't bring the pain. I only cry because no one was there for me to listen. I don't judge my mom that much, but I needed my father to be there. Like, I'll go and talk to him, but it was always, no, 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 no. I remember whenever I'll come from my school, I'll pass to my daddy's workplace, and the only thing you say, please, Nora, I don't know. He always thought I was there for money, not money. I needed someone to talk to. I need someone. There's a day when my mom bet me up, and my mom bet me up when I was seeking for attention, and it was so painful. And he twisted my arm, so I went to my dad. I wanted to tell my dad what's happening, because I tried to tell my mom. I tried so hard. The reason why my mom bet me up, it was, so my one of my stepdad came. I saw many. So if I say one, I saw many of my stepdad. So I saw one of them one day came, and I was so rude to him. So he reported me to my mom. My mom bet me up. My mom bet me up. What I told this guy is like, I was being me. I told him that If you're not going to respect us, please just leave our home. I don't want to see you in our house again, coming, sleeping into my mother's bed, eating my mother's food. you know, me, I was always an open mind person ever since I was a kid. So I told him that. He used to buy samosas whenever he would come. But I didn't like all those things because I don't like it. If you're not going to be there for my mom, if you're not going to respect us, me and my elder sister, please leave the two of us alone. Give us our peace. My mom beat me up. She twisted my arm. I went to my daddy's workplace. I went to school, and that same evening after our school, I went to my dad. And my arm was actually swollen. So I tried to tell my dad. My dad was just like, Nora, I don't have money to give you today. Please, I told your mom to stay away from you. You guys stay away from me, stay away from me. I was just, the way you see me, I'm talking, I was just like, you know. And my granddaddy saw me, and he called me. He was my granddad would always call me princess, and he loved me so much. My granddad saw me and he was like, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you crying?" He saw my arm and he was like, "Nora, what happened to you?" I just told him it's mom. I was like, okay. My granddad didn't say anything because he knew. He took me to the hospital and they had to put the plaster on my arm. I went back home. That's when my mom saw it. She was like, "What happened to you?" I just told her like, "Really?" This story. I told my mom like, "Really? I asking me what happened? It's you who did this to me." I told her, "Uncle so and so told you what I told him." I told him, "Mom, it's true. I had to tell him that because you don't know what's happening." And the only thing she had to say to me, "You guys, you don't know what I have to go through. I have to work so hard to put food on the table, to clothe you guys, to take you to school." But I wanted to tell her so bad what was happening when she's not home. My mom used to work a night shift. Sometimes she work her over like, overtime. That's why I say I will not judge her. But I only wanted her to listen and to know that people that I'm bringing into my house are not the right people for my kids. People that I'm leaving them with my kids, they are not the right people to stay in my house. So that's why I say, please, 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 if you are a parent, pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to you. You know what I always say? I know my kid has been brainwashed, said so many bad things about me. But if I have that chance to get her back into my life, I want to be that friend that she never had. Whether I'm a grown up, but I will behave like a teenager, to try to understand her, to know her, to guide her through the life. And also to a partner who will be in my life. I want to be an open mind person. If someone, people don't want to listen to the truth. Whenever you tell someone the truth, they will say you speak bad. You don't have kind words that comes out of your mouth. You don't listen before talking. But when you're telling someone the truth, always be an open mind person. I know the truth really hurts. The truth really hurts to tell you the truth, guys. Even if it's me, even if sometime I've done wrong and someone tells me the truth, I'm like, but later on, I'll sit aside and I'll tell myself it's true. you know, and I'll go back to that person and I'll be like, you know what, I'm sorry. To tell the truth, me, I always apologize. If I know I've done wrong to someone and that person corrects me, at first, immediately, I will not say I'm sorry, because you know you have that thing in your heart that, how dare you tell me this? But later on, when I've calmed down and I've realized my mistake, I'll come and say I'm sorry, because I know I've realized my mistake, I've done wrong. But if it is for your own good, for your own safety, my dear, be open to your partners. Tell them what they don't want to hear. Tell your partner, you're courting me or maybe you're dating me, but I have a teenager in my home. I have a son who is a teenager. I have a daughter who is a teenager. But please, respect my child. If you know you're not going to be able to respect my child, please cut it loose. Let it go. You know, out of my life. Because such partners, they are not good for our kids. Because such partners, they are not good even for us. Because you never know what even them in their life, they are confused. They don't know what they want. Because you cannot hit two birds with one stone like this. There are some people who are okay with it. They are very, very okay with it. You find someone say, yeah, I'm okay with it, doing it with my stepmom. Me, I'm okay with it, doing it with my stepdad. But for those who are not okay, like me, who felt embarrassed, who felt ashamed, who felt like, I don't know how even to say it, but you know, that trauma, that pain that no one can ever take, something that sometimes comes and plays into your mind. They say it's easy to forgive, but it's hard to forget. Hello, MP Chanel, how are you? You're welcome. Please, guys, give host a thumbs up and share me out. So there are some things that you cannot forget. They are so painful. They are so hard to let go of. We tell people, I've forgiven you. It's gone. You know, let's just forget about it. But guys, it's so hard to forget something that someone has done to you. Most especially kids, even grown-ups, but kids. This thing is painful and hurtful. There are so many people that, hello, Moment with Courtney. How are you? You're welcome, my dear. There are some things that we don't know how to tell. You know, we say, we African people, we are strong. Thank you so much, my dear. We African people, we are strong. You know, when you see white kids, they take their children to visit a psychiatrist, we think maybe we are like, these people, they are just so emotional. My dear, you don't know how traumatized it is to be defiled by your stepfather, to be defiled by your uncle, to be defiled by your stepmother, things that you don't even want. It's so hard to talk about it. You find someone being taken to us to visit those like a psychiatrist, and they are open to them. That's why psychiatrists, they know so much about their patients. They know so much about people that they are treating, because they know maybe this person is dealing with a psychological, emotional problem. Maybe this person is dealing with something that they cannot tell, you know, something that this person, there's a secret. So that doctor will do all his best to dig out that secret that you've been keeping into your life, to make you feel good, to make you come out of that fear. So we shouldn't say that, white people are just say, they are so emotional. Not emotional. We black people, we're also dealing with that psychological problem. We are dealing with the psychological emotion. But we don't want to admit it. We just want to take it like, oh, it will come to pass. I don't want to be ashamed in the public. I don't want anyone to know what's going on. And also, we kids, we are like, I don't want my parents to be embarrassed. I don't want anyone to know about this. But you're dying inside in your life. You're dying deep down as a person. It's eating you, it's shrinking you down, it's bringing you down to a deep pit. You always pray about it. You always ask God to give you strength to overcome. But that fear of allowing yourself to fall in love, it's not. To tell you guys, me as a person, I'm finding it so hard to fall in love. I'm finding it so hard to fall in love, to tell the truth. It has been 5 years ever since I got out of a relationship. And ever since then, I don't know, I'm in my own world, I'm in my own life, and I find my life so peacefully, and I find my life, I'm so happy because I have no one that is stressing me out. The only thing that is stressing me out, it's how am I going to get my kid back in my life? That's the only thing. But the rest, no, 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 no. I'm like, Nora, please, let me have my own peace. Let me have my rest. Because I've gone through so much. Because I've gone through something that I don't want my kid to pass through. And I always pray to God. I tell God, please, God, help me to become a better mom to my child. Help me to be there for her. Guide me, God. Give me ears to listen to her. However much I'll be looking for money, but I shouldn't put money as a first priority in life. She should be also my first priority. While looking for money, let me also listen to her. Let me also be an advisor to her. Let me tell her things that she doesn't know about this life. Things that will guide her in life in future. We shouldn't just ignore. We shouldn't just sit there and say, oh, it's okay. She'll be fine. She'll get over it. My dear, it's hard to get over it. It's hard to let go. Every time you want to be in a relationship with someone and you remember that thing that happened to you just tell yourself, no, I don't want to be in a relationship. You blow it like a wind, like let it go. You want everything out of your life, out of your mind. You just want to have that piece of yourself. I brought out today this conversation because I saw yesterday we were watching TV and there is this kid that was badly, a 5-year-old was being raped by her uncle. A 5-year-old child. Can you imagine? A grown-up man. When there are some women out there who are so desperate of having sex, who do anything, even if you give them 1,000, even if you give them 5,000, they'll have sex with you. But a 5-year-old child who is very innocent, who does not know anything, you know, you ruin that child's life. This child, her body was all swollen up. Like she was big. It was like she was beaten. It's so hard. When I saw this, I was like, oh my God. Some people, I don't know what's wrong with them. Some people, they don't take what we say that people are on drug. No, they are not on drug. And it's not the devil. We shouldn't blame sometimes the devil and other things. But it's someone's mind. You know, there are some people where I don't know how they think, hello, Patty, how are you? But some women will still reason in their marriage, even if it's their own kids, African marriage, 5 and 6. Even if you reason, it's hard, it's painful. That's something that hurts the most. You see your child being defiled, uncle, maybe stepmother. It's something that it's so hard to forget. Yeah, some parents, they'll reconcile, they'll just stay together and just say, you know what, let's forget about it. But you're forgetting about it. But this person that they have defiled, this person that have gone through the trauma. You know, back then when I was still home in Uganda, we had a small group where, like, girls who became mothers at a young age, you sit together and share your experience. And there was this girl with 2 kids. She was defiled by her stepdad, her 2 uncles. And when she tried to tell her mom did not listen. Her mom told her to keep it as a secret. She does not want to be ashamed in public, in the community. This girl left home. She left her home country in Kenya. She came living in Uganda to start up afresh, where no one knows her, where no one knows her story. But she said, the pain is in my heart. I have forgiven whoever done that to me, but I can never forget what happened to me. We act like it's easy to forget. Even me as a person who is talking, it's really hard to forget. It's so painful. Sometimes when you think about you find yourself, you have some, your, I don't know how to say that, wrinkles. You no, not wrinkles. Wrinkles are, but you find yourself like you feeling cold because of that pain. You feel irritated. You feel like, you feel like, have you ever been to the bathroom and you pour water on yourself and you get the scrubber and you start scrubbing your skin and you scrub every inch of your body and you feel like you're not yet still clean, you're still dirty. You feel like those hands are still being moved towards you. You feel the way that person grabbed you. You feel all kind of the action that has been happening to you. You feel it and you cry. It's something that's hard. It's hard. Did I just told myself, Nora, let me talk about this in my live stream. Sometimes we just tend to forget. Sometimes we pretend that everything is okay around us. There's nothing okay. There's nothing okay. It's hard to forgive. It's hard to forget. You always are forgiven, but still it's there. Every time you look at their face, they're your relatives. Maybe they're your cousins. Maybe they're your uncles. You Looking at someone who did that to you, looking at someone, that anger comes back. You don't want to look at them, but Let's not try to ignore our kids' parents, single parents. I'm not stopping you from being in love, from not getting the right partner. But as a parent, ask yourself, will this person respect my kids? Will this person, you know, stay away from my kids. Be open to your partners. However much they will say you speak bad, but you're just telling someone that truth. Where I am now, I just feel like screaming because I'm letting out my anger. I'm letting out my pain. I'm letting out what I would have said so many or 15 to 10 years back ago. It's so hard. I found myself getting used of spending most of the time alone. I'm a friendly person, but I find my comfort spending it alone. Like if I'm in my room, I'm in the darkness, I find myself calm. I find myself at peace. That's why most of the time I watch cartoons and I laugh. I find myself laughing and I find myself crying at the same time. Sometimes when I see it's too much for me, I end up screaming so hard, like, making noise to calm myself down. Every time I think of how my future be, I find myself screaming so hard, scratching myself, crying, laughing, and crying, and ask myself at the same time, am I really okay? This happens to me only, or there is someone out there that is going through the same pain that I went through. Let's try not to ignore our kids. We all want love. We all want to be loved in this world. But your love should be the first priority. Love yourself. Love your kids. Don't seek for attention outside of your own heart. Be that attention to your kids. However much their father left you, you shouldn't blame those kids so much. Don't tell them, I'm suffering because of you guys. They are innocent. If you knew, if you knew when you had first, maybe your first child, maybe your second, and you see the same thing is happening, why didn't you stop? Why didn't you stop? But because we want to find love, we want to find comfort, we end up bringing the wrong people into our lives. We end up ruining our own children's life because we want comfort, because we want to be loved. But these people that you're bringing in your children's life, are they respecting your kids? Or they are looking at your kids as also their wives, or maybe like their husbands? Ask yourself that question. Am I doing the right thing, bringing another partner into my life? Are my child safe, or are my kids safe around these people that I bring in my life? Stop introducing each and every person. This is your uncle, this is your aunt. You never know what's in their mind. You never know a person's heart. People are different in their thinking. Not everyone thinks like you. No, people are different. Someone wants something that someone maybe wants to take away that joy that you built for so many years. Parents, love your kids, keep an eye on your children, focus on your children's safety. Yo, you're here. Okay, guys, we're going out. It's hot in my room. I'm sweating. But let me go out so that I can find fresh air. It's now 7:24. It was too hot outside. That wind that blows with hotness. So I think that's why I was. And now let me go out and sit and then continue with our conversation. Whew, I feel it. I feel it. Eh, is it soft? Hmm? No, we have orange. Banana. So guys, now Nora is out. Come on. So guys, as we were still going ahead with our conversation, I don't know if you can see me. Let me see. Or maybe my light is also so low. Let me try to add light. No, but still. Let me try to face the wall and see if they will be able to see this girl now. Now you can see me, right? But we can go on without. Let me bring water. I'm still thirsty. Okay, so guys, we're still saying, as a parent, keep your children safe. Let's not try to ignore this thing that is happening around us. And we only say, only white people are the one who face it. They are so emotional. Even us, we are emotional, as I've been telling you guys. We're also emotional, but we have our own way of dealing with our own problems. We don't tell, but it's hurting us. That's why you find when someone leaves their home, they don't want ever to return back home. And if that person, you ask that person, why don't you go home? They'll tell you, my dear, leave me. I'm fine wherever I am right now. They only go home when there is problems. But when there is no problem, there's no big deal happening at home, they will not step into that home because of that. Let's not ignore when someone tells you something. Let's, you know, these people who visit, I hear uncle, you tell them to go spend the night somewhere else, not spend in your house. Don't leave them with your kids. Keep an eye on your children, listen to them. Don't only tell them, I'm looking for food, and yes, you're looking for food and money to put food on the table and give them a better life. But while you're doing that, remember your partner is also behind here doing messing up with them. So while you're doing all those things, keep them safe. Look after them. Give someone a better life to grow up with without growing with that pain, with that guilt in their heart. This thing happens to so many people, not one, not two, but millions of people. You see, even Oprah went through the same thing. You see, she can still talk about it. That's why I tell you, it's easy to forgive, but it's not easy to forget. You can forgive, but it's not easy to forget what has happened in your life. These are the things that we call memories of pain. That even if other person, when you think about it, you say like, where am I going in this life? Hey guys, who is there? Who is there? Your girl is here. My ears are itching me. They say that when your ears are itching, it means you're going to become sick. But I pray to God I don't, because my ears have been itching me. And last night I really had a terrible night. But I thank God that I'm alive. Nothing is wrong with me. But last night it was so bad. My ears were itchy. I was feeling dizzy. My room was too hot. Nora was just there struggling. Ah, but guys, I came out from the fish. I came out from the well. I came out from everywhere. Guys, keep on coming. Let's chat. Let's chat, 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 chat. I really thank the moment with Courtney. Classroom tips. Linda was the first one here. Thank you so much, Linda. And I will surely return to you. I was not on the phone for 2 days, just giving myself a break with preparation of Eid. So ever since on Sunday, yesterday was Monday, today is Tuesday. Yeah. So we were so busy with our Eid, ironing clothes, preparing fruits, this halwa, gawa. I hear aris. Aris is rice and meat blended together. They blend meat together with rice until it becomes mashed, like it becomes so soft and so sticky like ugali. I prefer just cooking ugali. These people, they are so funny. Instead of just cooking ugali aside, you mingle your posho aside and you cook your saluna. You cook your meat aside and you serve and you eat. But why would you get meat and rice together and you start mashing it with a machine? There's that machine that blends. They have that big machine that blends it until it becomes soft meat and rice together. So people have been eating that ever since yesterday up to now. I cooked dinner, but I don't think they will eat. They would have told me not to cook dinner. Hmm. And I would have taken also my rest, but doesn't satisfy some people if they see you just sitting down there and doing nothing. So they have to give you work to do. But I thank God I did my work so fast and I was like, today, not today, I have to be live. Not today, not today, I have to be there with my people. Guys, thank you so much. I made it to 1K subscribers and I want to say thank you so much to Madam Tim Smith. This lady is quite really a godsend. If you're not patient on her LS, you cannot win anything. But if you're patient and you always follow her rules, my dear, there's nothing that God cannot do. There's nothing that God cannot do. And another one that I know is called Ryan TV. Syrian TV, yeah. He also gives banana. I share him sometimes. Like for those small YouTubers who want to grow their channels, they can follow him and you grow your channel. But sometimes some people when you share those kind of videos, they don't stay there for long. Someone wants to win immediately. Yes, if you want to grow your channel, be calm. It's like going, even if you go to an LS where they don't give bananas, but you meet new people. Be calm. Don't just grab immediately. Those things for immediately will go. But stay calm, be patient, meet new people, take 2 days, then you visit them. Don't visit them immediately and hit that red button and you tell someone I've already. No. Please take your time. Take your time like Nora. Me, I take my time because I know how it feels to lose something. You feel like crying. I've been on this LS for like 2 years. This year was going to make 3 years, but I thank God that finally I made it on 1K, and I'm so grateful to that. And I know more will continue coming as many people are praying for me. That like more blessing to continue coming on your channel, and I really thank God for that. And thank you so much, guys, for your support. Thank you always for being there for me and showing me the love. But never lose hope, never give up. However much sometimes we feel like giving up, but we shouldn't let that take us away. Just be strong, keep on creating, keep on uploading, keep on visiting people's live stream, keep on meeting new people, making new friends. You know, this thing of white, it's about meeting new people. Put yourself out there. Don't be like me when I first started. When I first started, I didn't know that you have to visit live streams. I didn't know. I was just there posting, creating, and posting. No one watched my videos until last year. I came across a certain live and I started meeting people, and someone from that live stream shared me out. And that's how I started being known. This person introduced me to someone that helps small YouTubers to grow. And I went to that LS. I made sure that every Sunday I have to be on that LS. Every Sunday. Sometimes I will even miss some church service, the online church service that I usually follow. I'll miss it because because once you get into that game, you don't want to come out of it. You become addicted to it. You want just to grow your channel. You want to focus on growing your channel. You want to focus on meeting new people, visiting new people, meeting new people. That's how it is. You want more, 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 more on your channel. They are praying. That's why I've muted my microphone. They are making noise. Let me first mute it, guys. So guys, I have to mute. Sometimes they don't allow things like in the background, so I had to mute my microphone because they were praying, and I have to mute it. Now we are back. Hi Juba, how are you? Thank you so much, my dear, for the thumbs up. I know you must have missed. Alright. I know you must have missed what I was actually talking about, that topic. But the topic was about, would you tell your mom if your stepdad is sexual harassing you? Would you tell your dad or your mom what's going on in your life? Because this doesn't only happen to girls, it do happens to boys too at home. So as a child, would you tell? Would you tell to your parents? So that was the topic that we are talking about here today. And try to see and talk about it. But I really appreciate you guys all for coming today. Thank you for coming, for showing me love and support, for being here with me. Now they are not praying. I will not mute again. I hear they used to say, when you live streaming, there should be no any noise, no children crying in the background, no one hitting white, no one doing white, no one doing what. So they say, oh, if there is no noise, that should. So when they are praying, and there are so many mosques around us where we live, that's why I had to mute it so that they can go on with their prayer. And then after that, now we're back. So that way it does not say it's noise in the background. Yeah, Yes, Linda says, yes, it's necessary to inform your mom when you are in such situation. But sometimes some parents don't listen to their kids. Some of them will just ignore it, push them away, instead of listening to their kids. Some parents, what they will do, they will break up with that partner and send them away, keep their children safe. But again, they will bring another one. It's just a breakup. For them, it's just a breakup. But for you as a child, that you were being insulted, you feel bad and you don't feel safe being around such people. So there is no safe place. You may think, let me take my kids to maybe to their uncle's house. Their uncle also becomes uncle. There are some uncles. Bruce is saying, okay, one love to each and everyone in the house. Thank you, my dear Brucey. Ice is melting already. So this thing is like that. We don't know where is safe to use. We don't know who is safe and who is not safe, or who is safe around us. Can you reduce, my dear? We don't know where exactly to find safety. Because sometimes even our uncles, they are something else. There are some grandparents who are not even ashamed of respecting their grandkids. And you find that granddad is also on top of their grandchildren. This world show you guys the truth. I don't know what people really are. I don't know what people have become in this world. Because as a granddad, you cannot again also do that thing to your grandchild. How can you sleep with your grandchild? Huh? It's like a father sleeping with a daughter. How can you sleep with your own blood? Children, it can happen because they are kids, but you are a grown up man. Children, when they are young, but when they have become adults, no, it's not good. But when they are still kids, they don't know what's happening. They don't know what they have done. They don't even know what they are doing. And as a parent, when you find them doing that, you should discipline them and tell them not to do it again, so that they grow up knowing that it's wrong doing it with your cousin or maybe your sister. It's not good. So let's not try to blindfold our eyes and pretend, but we should keep it safe and protect our children from such people. Hello, my dear Mia. How are you? You're welcome. Thank you for the thumbs up. Mia, mbadde mbuuza, oyinza okugamba maama we ekikutuukako oba nga muganzi wa maama wo akwebakako, oyinza okigamba maama wo nti maama, omuganzi wo yaneebaseeko, oba bw'obeera omulenzi oyinza ogamba taata wo nti omuganzi we akwebakako. Kuba waliwo bamaama abamu nga baagala abaana, nga baagala abatabani baabwe, naye nga tebalina kyakola ki kyakubagamba. Naye ng'omwana ono tamanyi na ngeri gy'ogambamu kitaawe nti taata, mukyala we anjagala. Kuba taata tagenda mukkiririzaamu, taata agenda awuliriza mukyala we, mukyala we agamba oyo omwana byayogerako bya kiru, naye ng'ate nga kituufu. So, parents, we should be careful. Abazadde abamu tebawuliriza abaana baabwe. They prefer just ignoring them. Ne beefuula nti tewali kigenda amaaso, but it's hurting their children. So parents, we shouldn't ignore these kind of things and say that, oh, my child, oh, my partner cannot do this. Always listen to your children, parents. Give ears to your kids. Just ignore whatever goes around them in our homes, even anywhere where we are, because you never know who is safe. Grandparents who are men, uncles, cousins, they are doing this. Things are happening, and we're just ignoring and saying, because we don't want to be ashamed in public. But when the truth is, we have to. Okay, my dear Linda, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate, Linda. Thank you. Thank you so, so much, my dear Linda. I will, my dear. You will see me actually. You will see me there. Okay, put it there. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. I know I'm going to stay here only for 1 hour, and it's now 1 hour and 33 minutes, past 58 seconds. We are almost closing this live stream, but I appreciate each and everyone for being here. Nange ebiseera ebimu tetumanyi ebyo kyova olaba nga abaana ebintu bingi bibatukako abantu ne basirikira ebyama. Omuntu n'omusanga nga tayagala kuddayo ewaabwe n'agamba munnange nandizeeyo ewaka naye. Ate obulumi obw'okubeera n'ekyama mu mutima nga tolina n'omu gw'ogamba ekikutuuseeko kiruma. Kiruma okubeera nga tolina gw'osobola ogamba ebyo ebikutuukako. Kubanga mu bulamu bw'ensi eno tomanyi ani omutuufu. Kojjaawo naye ayagala akwebake, jjajjaawo naye ayagala akwebake, taataawo naye ayagala akwebake, omuganzi wa maamawo naye ayagala akwebakeko, ne weebuuza omuntu addukirewa. So that's why I'm saying, parents, bw'oba oli maama ng'oli single, sooka weebuuze ate naawe beera omuntu abuulirira abo abantu abajja mu bulamu bwo omubuulire munnange oba tosobola kunjagala nga ndi n'omwana wange va mu bulamu bwange ondeke embeere n'omwana wange mu mirembe kubanga togenda beera na muntu nga mwenna abagattana ayagala akwebakeko ne mwana wo nga kyekimu nga kye kyamukola owulira ate nowe mwatu n'osanga abamu nga bo balyoke nakyo nga bakulu nga balyoke nakyo aboyinza ogamba enewe togenda bajajinga kubanga byabwe naye omwana omuto takyagadde ekintu ekiri kumukolebwako mu bulamu bwe obulamu bwe bali mu kumukako kuyingira mu kintu kyatayagala ekintu kyatali reddi n'osanga nga bamutiisatiisa talina na bwayogera talina na bweyogerera obugamba maama we nti nange maama kino ekintu bwe kiti kintuukako naye nkole ntya neetaasiza ntya n'abazadde ebiseera ebimu n'omwana tamanyi engeri omanyi ekyo kyekintu kyotasobola tomanyi nawakitandikira ogamba omuzadde nti maama do your head like this maama nkole ntya Ami stop touching your hair when you told me 3 and that's what I'm doing omwana n'abeera kugamba ng'ali awo ng'ali mu bulumi bw'amaanyi ali mu kutya kw'amaanyi olw'okuba nga ebintu ebimutuukako so let's try to guide our children and also tell our partners to respect our kids because this thing of hitting one bird with 2 stones is not good my dear kyendiko wano ndi mu kusiba enviiri z'omuntu wano which piece you do what?
I will visit your YouTube page tonight.
My dear, you want to visit my YouTube page? You visit, but if you let me first meet Hello, Pat. You're welcome. Thank you, my dear, for coming. We are done with our Ramadan. I'm just here warming up, warming up. Why are you laughing?
Oh, Apple can wash my hair.
Hmm. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, my dear. I appreciate. Thank you. Hey guys, if you don't have each other's, please connect to each other's. Connect to whoever you don't have. Meet new people and grow your channels. So in today's topic, I know Patricia, you weren't here when I started. I was saying, would you tell your mom or would you tell your dad that their partners have been sexual harassing you? Maybe your dad, your stepdad has been sleeping with you, maybe your uncle, maybe your father's wife has been forcing you into a relationship with her. Would you tell your parents? Most of parents, they do not listen to their children, and more especially, let me say, African parents, they don't listen so much into their children. They are like, don't even say it. If our name or if community find out about this, I'll be ashamed. And this thing, it's really tormenting that person that has been like sexual harassed, and they feel pain, they feel guilt, they feel like they don't deserve to live. They don't even feel themselves as a person or as a human being. They feel ashamed even looking at their stepfather. So that's why I came up with this topic. I was like, would you tell your parent? As a mother, would you listen to your child? And if your child tells you about your partner, what kind of action will you take as a mother to to make sure that your child gets the justice for what has happened to her? Will you ignore it because you don't want the public to know, you don't want to be ashamed in the public or in your community? People will laugh at you. So for me, in my opinion, I think parents, they should focus more, paying more attention to their kids, and also to be open to their partners that they are getting engaged with. Tell them what kind of thing you're expecting from them. Tell them, I have a teenager at my home. I have a son at my home. They are all teenagers. If you cannot respect my children, if you cannot treat them as your own blood, please, let's end this thing here. Don't be so greedy because you want to be loved, because you want to have a relationship with someone. You want someone to be in your life, and your children are getting hurt. The children are being forced into something they don't want to be in. They are getting engaged into something they weren't expecting. So that's me, my opinion as a person, that parents, they should be more careful with the people they bring into their homes, the so-called uncles, these so-called aunties who admire their nephews. Those kind of people, we should push them very far away from us, very far away from us. If a male person visits your house and you know you have no any kind of relationship with them, they are not your cousin, they are not your brother, they are not who, send them to the hotel, let them go sleep in a hotel. If you know you don't have a guest room in your house, send them out. You cannot tell someone to go and sleep in your daughter's room. Huh? How can you send a man to sleep in your daughter's room with your daughter? Are you really in your mind? How can you leave your children with a man in the house? So, parents, we should be careful. Amy, what's your opinion? Would you? Um, what would you do if something like that happens to you if you step that?
Tell my mom that for with school, in the action I was given to me, they are looking about the different action.
And you know, some parents, they do not listen to their kids.
No, but I will do some keeping up in the state of life as my mom.
Your mother,
Some street action. I think there's
yeah,
English was always breakfast. Like you said, some people say the community where the people see that they is so the person I will suffer for you 2 hours like what's the people and
yeah,
you want to defend your image.
yeah, it's
So
true.
after I be my mom, I think
And you're
let it
giving
go.
that man a motive to
Yeah.
continue harassing. Maybe that woman harass you too.
If my mom, if you take action, I will be happy and would move on. But if you don't take action, I wouldn't move
Then your mom will chase you away from home.
on.
You're
Fine.
arresting her husband, her sweetheart.
And she will be, she will have to pay a price for it also for defending him. So you know, 200 like they were away. My mom, oh, if you don't defend me, then you are not my mom. Because these are some of the things I'm spoiling out the girls these days at young age, harass, abusing. So
Yes,
sometimes they
it's
wake
true.
up with no love, nothing. They just take the space, but my life is nothing. That's our sister on the street. They start from there.
Yes, you find a child who ran away from home, now they become strippers in the road. No one.
Because no one there to show them fear and love. Mainly our African parents. Mainly, that's like, they always want to defend that image. I mean, especially if you didn't have someone named mommy.
Yeah, it should be more. It's so bad.
So have a guys. Oh God.
We say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord. We say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord. We say thank you for the shelter. Thank you, Lord. Say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord. I don't know how to say.
Really.
We say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord. We say thank you. Thank you, my Lord. Thank God that we've ended. So we are done with Ramadan and we are back again to square one, cooking dinner, preparing breakfast,
Lunch.
lunch. No more sleeping in the morning. Come and watch Hammam. Hey, Netflix, Dale, dale, dale. Noise will become noise in the house. Guys, we have gone back to square one, two,
I
three.
tell you, I wake up by 5. Some people wake up at 6.
We are here. Don't ask me, Nora, when are you going home, guys? I'm still here. I'm still here. And the day that I'll be going, I'll brag about it, and some of you will even feel jealous and say, Nora, let me also go back and come with you to that. You just wait. Have you ever bragged about something? Yeah, I brag. But anyway, it's good to brag about yourself because you don't know about other people's lives. So why don't you brag about what you know about yourself? Hmm? Everyone has their own problem in their lives. So as a person, brag about yourself. If there is someone who feels jealous about your life, that's none of your business because they are focusing on your matters, they are not focusing into their lives.
Oh, I'm enjoying my life. Very
Focus on your life, focus on that energy of that you'll be focusing on others, put it on yourself. Huh? Ask yourself, what should I do to become a better person, to become a better version that I want to be, instead of sitting down there and say, oh, so and so is like this. I don't think. Focus on yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful, right? I'm beautiful with my dimples. I'm beautiful even if I don't have hair on my head. Brag about yourself. Don't brag about others. Brag about that armpit of yours that has so many hair on it. Brag and brag and brag. Tell yourself how beautiful you are, how lucky you are, how lucky you be born in that family where you are. Even if people say your family are crazy people, just be proud of your crazy family because it's your family. Anyway, guys, I'm about to go. We are on our last minute to close. I'm only here for 1 hour and now 10, 11. We're on seconds counting down. Thank you so much, guys, for being here and for supporting your girl Nora. This LS was only for 1 hour. Thank you. See you guys next time again. I was here with this girl here. If you ever see her on YouTube, just support this girl, eh? Support my girl, guys, eh? She's hiding her face. But if you ever see her, support her. She's called Mama Jojo, Mama Ojo. Leave alone Ojo that you know that acts. But this one is Ojo's mom.